All right, folks, welcome back to Boxado. Let's talk boxing, and more specifically, the rules that keep things somewhat civilized. You see, inside that squared circle, it's not just about throwing punches. There's a whole rule book designed to protect the fighters and make sure the fight is fair. We're talking about the difference between a sanctioned bout and a back alley brawl. And you know what happens when you break those rules? Disqualification. That's right, 1 minute you're on top of the world, the next you're out on your ass having thrown away months of training. First up, let's talk about low blows. In the world of boxing, this is one of the most frowned upon moves you can make. It's not just against the rules, it's against the spirit of the sport. We're talking about hitting below the belt, man. This isn't just a minor infraction, it's a serious breach of conduct. When a boxer delivers a low blow, it can change the entire course of the match. This is one of the most basic rules in boxing, and for good reason. The sport is built on respect and skill, and a low blow undermines both. Referees are trained to spot these infractions and take immediate action. It's a dirty move, plain and simple. The boxer on the receiving end is left in agony, and it disrupts the flow of the match. Fans don't come to see cheap shots, they come to see a fair fight. Hitting a guy in the nuts is not only painful, but it can cause serious damage. We're talking about injuries that can last a lifetime. It's not just about the immediate pain, it's about the long-term consequences. We're talking potential infertility, long-term pain. It ain't pretty. Medical teams often have to step in, and the match can be delayed or even stopped. It's a lose-lose situation for everyone involved. And the worst part? It's often intentional. Some fighters use it as a tactic, hoping to gain an unfair advantage. It's a desperate move that shows a lack of sportsmanship. A fighter who's losing might resort to a low blow out of desperation, trying to buy themselves some time or even get a disqualification win if their opponent can't continue. It's a gamble, and it's not worth the risk. It's a real Bush League move. Now, sometimes accidents happen. Not every low blow is intentional. Boxers are moving fast, and mistakes can occur in the heat of the moment. A fighter might shift their weight at the wrong moment, or the other guy might duck into a punch. These are genuine accidents, and referees usually can tell the difference. But when a referee calls a low blow, it's serious business. The match is paused, and the offending boxer is given a stern warning. The integrity of the sport is at stake. The fighter who got hit gets time to recover, and the referee will issue a warning or even deduct a point from the offender. This can change the dynamics of the match significantly. Multiple low blows? You're looking at a potential disqualification. Repeated offenses show a blatant disregard for the rules, and the referee has no choice but to take severe action. Remember, this is a sport, not a street fight. Keep it clean. At the end of the day, boxing is about skill, strategy, and respect. Let's keep the low blows out of the ring and focus on what makes this sport great. Next up, we're talking about headbutts. Now, this one should be a no-brainer, right? You don't use your head as a weapon in boxing. It's dangerous, it's unsportsmanlike, and it can really mess a guy up. We're talking about concussions, cuts, broken noses, the works. The human skull is a weapon, man, and it's not meant to be used in the boxing ring. Headbutts often happen in close quarters when two fighters are tangled up and trying to create space. It can be intentional, a way to inflict damage without throwing a punch, or it can be accidental, a result of two guys moving with bad intentions at the same time. Either way, the referee is going to step in, and they're not going to be happy about it. Just like with low blows, a headbutt can result in a warning, a point deduction, or even a disqualification. It's just not worth it, folks. Keep your head up, your guard up, and your headbutts out of the ring. All right, let's talk about another big no-no, hitting an opponent when they're down. This is one of the most egregious fouls in the sport of boxing, and it's something that can tarnish a fighter's reputation forever. This one is about as dirty as it gets, folks. It's not just against the rules, it's against the very spirit of fair competition. When a fighter is knocked down, they're vulnerable. They're in a state where they can't defend themselves, and any additional blows can cause severe harm. They're trying to get their bearings, catch their breath, and get back on their feet. This is a critical moment for any fighter, and it's a time when they need to be given a fair chance to recover. Hitting a man when he's down is not only unsportsmanlike, it's downright dangerous. It shows a lack of respect for your opponent and for the sport itself. We're talking about potential brain damage, serious injuries, and even death in extreme cases. The consequences of such actions can be life-altering, not just for the fighter who is hit, but also for the one who delivers the illegal blow. The rules are clear. When a fighter is down, the other fighter has to go to a neutral corner and wait for the referee's instructions. This is to ensure that the downed fighter has a fair chance to recover without any further threat. The referee will then administer a count, giving the downed fighter a chance to get back up. This count is crucial as it allows the referee to assess the condition of the fighter and decide if they are fit to continue. If the fighter gets up before the count of 10, the fight continues. This is a testament to the fighter's resilience and determination. But if they don't, or if they're unable to continue, the fight is over. The referee's decision is final, and it's made in the best interest of the fighter's health and safety. There's no place for cheap shots in boxing. Such actions can lead to disqualifications, suspensions, and even bans from the sport. When a fighter is down, you back off and let the referee do their job. It's about respect, man. Respect for the rules, respect for the officials, and most importantly, respect for your fellow fighters. Respect for your opponent, respect for the sport, and respect for yourself. Boxing is a noble art, and it demands that its practitioners uphold the highest standards of conduct, both inside and outside the ring. Now let's talk about rabbit punches. These are punches to the back of the head or the base of the skull, and they're illegal for a reason. The back of the head is a vulnerable area, and a well-placed rabbit punch can cause serious damage. We're talking about spinal injuries, nerve damage, and even paralysis in extreme cases. It's a dangerous move, and it's often thrown with malicious intent. Rabbit punches are often thrown when a fighter is caught off guard, or when they're trying to break free from a clinch. It's a sneaky move, and it can be hard for the referee to spot. But when they do see it, they're going to take action. A rabbit punch can result in a warning, a point deduction, or even a disqualification. It's just not worth the risk, man. Keep your punches clean, aim for the front of the head and body, and leave the back of the head alone. Last but not least, let's talk about holding and hitting. This is a crucial aspect of boxing that often gets overlooked by casual fans, but is well known among seasoned fighters and referees. It's one of those tactics that can easily turn a fair fight into a dirty one if not properly regulated. This is another one of those rules that's designed to keep the fight fair and prevent unnecessary damage. The referee's role is pivotal here, as they are the ones who ensure that both fighters adhere to the rules and maintain the integrity of the sport. When you're holding an opponent, you're essentially tying up their arms and preventing them from defending themselves properly. This can be incredibly frustrating for the opponent and can lead to a lot of unnecessary roughness in the ring. Hitting them while they're in that vulnerable position is a big no-no. It's not just against the rules, it's also a move that can cause serious injury. The sport of boxing is already dangerous enough without adding illegal tactics into the mix. It's unsportsmanlike, it's dangerous, and it's just not how we do things in the boxing ring. The essence of boxing is to showcase skill, strategy, and endurance, not to exploit loopholes or engage in foul play. Holding and hitting often happens in the heat of the moment when two fighters are tangled up and trying to gain an advantage. It's a split-second decision that can have significant consequences both in terms of the fight's outcome and the fighter's safety. One fighter might try to hold their opponent's arm while landing a punch with their free hand, thinking it will give them an edge. However, this tactic is not only illegal but also diminishes the respect and sportsmanship that boxing is built upon. Or they might try to lean on their opponent while throwing punches to the body. This can be particularly dangerous as it puts extra pressure on the opponent, making it harder for them to defend themselves and increasing the risk of injury. Either way, the referee is going to step in and break it up. The referee's intervention is crucial in maintaining the flow of the match and ensuring that both fighters have a fair chance to compete. They might issue a warning, deduct a point, or even disqualify the fighter if they're being particularly egregious. These penalties are in place to deter fighters from engaging in such behavior and to uphold the sport's integrity. Remember, boxing is about skill, technique, and heart. It's a sport that demands respect, both for your opponent and for the rules that govern the match. True champions are those who win with honor, not those who resort to dirty tactics. It's not about cheap shots or taking advantage of a vulnerable opponent. Fight fair, damn it. The spirit of boxing lies in its fairness and the mutual respect between fighters. So the next time you step into the ring, remember to uphold these values and fight with integrity. So there you have it, folks. Those are just a few of the illegal moves that can get you disqualified in boxing. Remember, these rules are in place for a reason. They're designed to protect the fighters, ensure a fair fight, and preserve the integrity of the sport. Boxing is a tough, demanding sport, and it takes a lot of courage, skill, and determination to step into the ring. But it's also a sport that's built on respect. Respect for your opponent, respect for the rules, and respect for yourself. So next time you're watching a fight, keep an eye out for these illegal moves. And if you're thinking about stepping into the ring yourself, make sure you know the rules inside and out. Stay safe, fight fair, and keep punching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more boxing content. And be sure to let me know in the comments what other boxing topics you'd like me to cover. Until next time, peace out.